My mind this
Welcome
time.
back to the Comic Book Bullies for another new bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Lovey, with my co-host.
Okay, this is
I,
Eli,
let me the
aka
fuck up.
this is Eli, aka Meatball Hero.
We're not doing a do-over. We're just going to let it roll with that. Eli, you hadn't even kind of on what stuff I've been doing for the last 3 weeks.
Oh yeah?
I've been doing Gilligan's Island.
No shit, like rewatching Gilligan's Island.
No. The intro. I've been doing Gilligan's Island.
Really?
Yeah. I did a Skipper, Professor, Thursday Night Third,
Oh,
Lovey,
okay. Okay, I get it. I get
McFly. Never
it.
mind. Yeah, and we're back for the episode. We're just gonna jump into it. Like I said, we actually got a nice full show today, so we're gonna jump into it. First thing we want to start off with, like this is June the 1st. So of course, you know what that means. Pride Month. So that means every single corporation is doing some kind of, celebratory thing and congratulations back. Some companies are taking it a little step further. For instance, Burger King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know
you told me about
that thing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna show you what's going on with Burger King. Okay. So Burger King made a Pride Whopper. That's their thing. Now, obviously, looking at it, you don't see the big deal about this Whopper. Let me see if I can zoom in on this Whopper. Eli, what do you notice about this Whopper? What makes this Whopper LGBT? Can you see it?
Oh,
If you can't,
they're the same buns.
exactly. So you can so you can order it with 2 tops or 2 bottoms. How you want to do it? This I'm not making this up. This is not some kind of internet meme. This is real. You can go on Burger King's website. They don't sell in every
I would
single.
go with the 2 tops.
I mean, you don't want 2 bottoms? Well, I guess 2 tops, 2 bottoms.
The 2 tops got the seeds, got the sesame seeds.
See, Eli, it's Pride Month. Why are you choosing? Just walk in and want both of them, Oh man. But hold on, let me see what we got here. Mutant Whoppers.
Whoopers.
Mutant Whoopers. But that's my thing about that. Now, I don't know if that's offensive or is it clever. I don't know. I feel like that might be taking a step too far, to have a Pride Whopper. So what is McDonald's going to do to combat this? We're going to make the corn dogs, 2 inches longer, 1 inch girthier. I don't know what they're going to do with that. But that's the thing about Pride Month. It's like sometimes you walk that edge. Somebody's going to get pissed, but either way, you get publicity out of it also. But that's the problem with these companies. They try to make it where they capitalize on, commercialize on the thing like that. That's why every company right now is just going to turn their rainbow, umbrella corporation, Wayland, whatever, So, but that's organization nowadays. You got to do something to celebrate. What is that?
So, and while Pride Month is going on, and all these, like you said, all these companies are trying to buy their way into it and make a buck. Fuck the corporations. Why don't you support real the LGBTQ community? There's a guy I know named Donut. He got me through the pandemic. He hosted a horror show every night during the pandemic. He's been doing it. Still does it, but it's on hiatus right now because stuff is starting to open back up. But yeah, every night during the pandemic, he hosted a horror movie and he'd live stream it. And he does these shows and he's asking for, he has a Kickstarter. So go check out Donut Worldwide on Twitch where you can find, ways to support him and support actual people in that community that are actually doing shit. Instead of giving your money to a mindless corporation that just so they can sell a fucking rainbow flag, support the real community.
Or burgers with 2 buns,
Yeah. So I just wanted to get that out there. Yeah. Shout out to Donut and the sprinkles. They got, like I said, it was something I look forward to every night. Kept me sane during the pandemic. Yeah. Every night at 10 o'clock, they'd stream a horror flick and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, just support Pride the real way.
Right. And you don't have to just keep giving your money to these corporations just because they changed their logo to a rainbow flag.
Yeah.
Shout out to Outright Geekery. I think that's gonna get us. I think this might be our last episode.
No money. Now, what money does Outright Geekery?
Right. We're gonna pay them now. They're gonna owe them. Corporation with fake love. Yeah. 616 man, what it do? What's up? You back. Okay. There's a big hoopla going on about the 616 thing right now, but we're not going to get into it. Eli, I think we might need to do something for 616, like January 16th or something. I don't know.
Oh, like the universe or 616 man?
Why not both? Yeah,
Both?
let's fuck it both. Yeah.
All right.
We'll think of something. We'll celebrate some kind of way. Yeah.
Both.
Anyway.
Like just like the buns, the two.
Right. Why choose? Oh, yeah. All right. So we're going to move on to the next podcast. Eli, well, not podcast, but part of the episode. Eli, we're going to bring back an old classic. You already know where I'm going with this. What is the number one movie of the week? And no, I don't have a graphic.
Oh, I don't even know. Oh, is it fucking Tom Gunn?
Yes, it's Tom Gunn. It's back.
Tom Gunn.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was raining up there, 616 man. But yeah, Tom Gunn was number movie. Yeah, Top Gun. It was another movie. Everybody's saying it's the greatest movie of all time. I'm hearing a lot of things about it. Look, I like this movie because it's not woke. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that was a thing. So I'm starting to realize something, Eli. Top Gun, this new Top Gun movie, it seems like to be the Black Panther for white guys. I think that's why they like it so much. That's just me. It's their thing. But you know what? More power to you. I'm glad you like it.
It's
but that's not the
Pride Month too. So,
well, that's the thing. It's coded. Top Gun has always been coded. That's the difference.
Yeah.
All right. But that's what I wasn't talking about. What I want to talk about this month, the movie that wasn't in there, and that movie was Morbius. Morbius was not in there, so it is no Morbin Time or whatever the hell is going on with that. So here's the thing, Eli. I don't know if you know what's been going on with that. We talked about this shitty ass movie. We drug into the ground, so like every other review site out there right now. But for some reason, internet memes started coming out about that. It's Morbin Time. Started making memes. Started trending on Twitter. Started getting popular. Morbius is trending, and people were just like, "Oh, did he say that in the movie? Is it a cutscene? What is it?" And it got so big that they re-released it in the theaters this weekend. And it made a whopping nobody saw it. It made a whopping $85,000 in the weekend this weekend. So even though because Sony thought that because the memes were popping and it was trending on Twitter, that means there was more interest in this movie. Nobody's interested in this movie. I
wonder if that 85,000 was from ticket sales or just like the theaters, the bill that they had to pay, the theaters had to pay.
I hope so. I hope it cost them money to do that. I hope it cost them money to put this shit back in the movie theater because nobody wants to see this movie. It was just a meme. You don't have to capitalize on it. So the fact that we tricked Sony into putting this movie back in the theater just so they could lose more money, honestly, Eli, I'm proud of the internet. I rarely say that, but I'm proud of the internet for doing that shit. Because they fuck up so much shit so many times. But in this situation right here, good job, internet. So let's see what we got here. I heard Top Gun 2
made old Gen X white guys cry. Probably.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Please don't tell me that's true. If I see
it. My thing about Top Gun, I hated the first Top Gun. I don't know. Did you like the first Top Gun?
I barely remember it.
Well, there you go. Because I know why you don't remember. You know why you don't remember? Because the movie sucked.
it may have or not suck. I kind of remember something happened. I just remember like Tom Cruise was a bad boy, and
he wasn't.
That's it.
He wasn't a bad boy.
He wasn't.
How are you going to be a bad boy when you're like?
Because they kept saying he was a bad boy. They kept telling him, "You're a rebel. You're a lost cause." So they kept saying, like, "Well, he must be, I guess."
No, that movie sucked. It sucked in '86, and I had fun. The other, like, was it last week? I kind of like ran Top Gun through the ringer, and
I sound like, man, Eli really hates this movie.
I just like, hey, fuck, hey, there's a new Top Gun movie. I'm gonna register my disgust for the old movie. And
but like I said, it is Pride Month, and there are so many videos out right now how like Top Gun is one of the most secretly coded homoerotic movies ever made.
Sword fight,
right. If you like really watch it through that lens, it's there. They say my file is longer than Stinger's. Yeah, just like my Johnson. They say stuff like this all the time throughout the movie. So watch Top Gun again during Pride Month through that lens, and you may enjoy the movie. I guess
I won't, but.
Hey, just try it. Like now I get it. Now I get it.
I'll just be even more disappointed. It's sweet, a gay porn. Damn, this sucks as a gay porn too.
Yeah, this is really shit gay porn. Oh man. All right, so we can move on past No More Morbing Time. And like I said, Eli, I'm gonna let this is where you take over because like I said, you saw a TV show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
so.
guess I'm still doing Obi-Wan.
Yep. Hold up, let me see
Solo.
what my favorite Disney movie. Anyway, Top Gun, 80s music of Tom Cruise, buddy with the bird named Goose, I guess. What song was popular in Top
The
in Top
Danger
Gun?
Zone or whatever.
The Danger Zone. That's what it was. That's the thing about the 80s. Every 80s movie had a popular theme song. So when you hit a theme song, it reminds you of the movie. They don't do that nowadays. Like what song reminds you of Doctor Strange and the Madness of Multiverse? Like there's no Danger Zone or no Jay-Z song that reminds you of it.
Yeah, they don't do that. Yeah, they don't have soundtracks and shit.
Yeah, where was Will Smith again? Where was Will Smith when you need him?
Yeah, like the shitty P Diddy Godzilla song or whatever.
He did do that. I kind of like that song. I kind of like that P Diddy.
Shit.
I kind of like that one. It was like a hard rock.
Oh man, that's the Top Gun of hip hop.
I thought it was rock more than anything else, so I didn't really qualify it as hip hop. But
I'm gonna fight you, kick and bite you.
I don't remember any words to it. I just remember like P Diddy was like falling to the ground. Whatever. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Oh nope. We can't talk about that. I think we had a long rant about that one time.
That's a trigger.
I'm
triggered right now.
We got off the rails. Even mentioned that 616. That's on the ban list. That's on the ban list. So yeah, Nickelback is on the ban list. Let's see.
Every band, every list.
I like the Eminem song. I think that's why I give the first Venom a pass because at least the Eminem track was kind of okay. But yeah. Anyway, we get on track. You saw a TV show, and others saw a TV show also. Okay.
Obi-Wan, episode 3 of Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's got his own TV show, and it basically takes place 10 years after Order 66. The Jedi, most of the Jedi are dead. He's hiding out on Tatooine. Vader and his Inquisitors are going around hunting Jedi, and Obi-Wan gets called into action because little Princess Leia is kidnapped. And so he is called into action and has to.
It's the old retired badass trope, like Taken. He's got to. Okay.
Yeah,
which is cool. Hey, you want to do Taken in space? I'm fine with it.
Yeah, basically, he reluctantly picks up his lightsaber and goes to find Leia. For the most part, I'm digging it. The first 2 episodes I liked. People are bitching about little Leia. I love her. I think she's great. I think she needs her own show. Fuck y'all.
I don't know if she can get her own show at that age, but okay.
But just give me a Leia show. I don't give a shit what age, because Leia is like the most baddest of all asses in the whole fucking Star Wars. Fuck all these bitches, all like Luke and Anakin, and they're whining. And so Leia talked shit to Vader's face and walked away.
And still got tortured.
He blows up her planet. She blows up his fucking space station twice, 3 times. So and of course racists don't like the Black Inquisitor lady, who I think is badass. I love her too.
Now, that's what I'm trying to. Did they give a reason why they don't like her, or she just exists? Because I know I asked that question last time. I'm like, did they clarify, or they just get even more mad about
something? They probably whatever excuse that makes them not sound racist. That's what they say.
Now let me just address that.
They don't like her shoes. I don't like her shoes. She sucks. Recast.
They'll make up something. Now let me just address that whole situation right now. Like I said, I haven't seen the show yet, but you can't get away from the whole topic of the Inquisitor that everybody's upset about. Like you said, she says she has some racist tweets that came into her DM, stuff like that. She reviewed them on Instagram. Star Wars came out officially, got behind her saying like, quit being racist. People got mad about that. Like, why should that be a controversial subject? Just don't be a racist. People get mad over that. I don't know. Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor also came out, said some stuff also, like just quit being a racist, just quit being an asshole. That's something simple. But the thing is with Star Wars, just like this thing we saw with the gay Whopper, I almost think Star Wars is kind of doing the same thing with this. because I think they're trying to deflect just so they can't have any criticism about the show. Let's deflect it to something else. You almost have to support the show. Because, like I said, this isn't the first time.
Are you talking about like Ghostbusters, the Lady Ghostbusters show?
Oh, they definitely did that. Ghostbusters definitely did that. Yeah. Well, if you hate the show, you hate women. They flip it on you, make you look like an asshole. They gaslight you. Yeah. But this is the first time. Like, Star Wars is fans are racist and water is wet. This is the same thing they did with John Boyega. This is the same thing we did with Kimberly Tran. Now, a lot of people saying that, I hear more backlash about the backlash than about what's actually happened. No, this shit happens. When Kimberly Tran, when Star Wars wished her happy birthday on her birthday, I went on the post just to look, see what's going to happen. I saw all that racist, nasty, sexist shit that people posting. This ain't shit they were making up. I saw it. With my own two eyes. I'm like, man, people are assholes. So this shit happens. Daisy Ridley. They ran her through the ground. Also, they're not attacking the character, not attacking performance. They're attacking them. They're attacking their race, their nationality, their sexuality, stuff like that. But here's the problem with Star Wars. Of course, they're saying something about this actress here, but they said nothing about them. And matter of fact, they even went out of their way to cover it up to appease fans. John Boyega took him off the poster in the China thing. Pretty much removed Kelly Marie Tran out of the third movie. They had a gay kissing scene in the third movie of that one. China completely cut it out. And that's just Star Wars. We ain't talking about Marvel, where Chadwick Boseman had to have his helmet on a poster in the China poster. So Disney does this stuff. They do whatever.
The China reviews for Black Panther.
Right. Oh, this movie is too black for me. I can't watch this.
It's so dark. This movie is so dark.
So we get this stuff all the time, but like I said, I'm trying to make sure that Star Wars, Disney or Star Wars or Lucasfilm, whoever isn't trying to capitalize on the opportunity to deflect any kind of criticism about it. Oh, you hate Star Wars? You're racist. You don't like this show? You're racist. Even though they try to just lump everybody together. I'm not saying they're doing that, but I'm not hearing people actually talking about this show. Like the first week, Eli, people were talking about the show. Oh, I like it. Oh, this happened. This happened. The second week when this shit happened, nobody is talking about the show.
Yeah, because I didn't even hear about like the backlash against the Inquisitor actress.
I heard it was like background noise. It was background noise at first,
Until I think the show, because Star Wars fans are assholes. I don't fucking read any of that shit.
Right.
What about Dragon Ball? I'll get to that. Yes, I will critique the show.
That's what I want you to do, Eli. Critique the show, not this bullshit that these fans doing here. The show. Let's defend it's almost like mad black people in space. Right.
Thanks for listening, Earl. But yes, true. Yeah. Or they're not painted purple. That's the only reason they'll let minorities into like sci-fi shit is if they're painted another color.
Or we're robots or shit like that. Droids,
we're voicing something, or we are literally colored people.
Right. So you can make a droid a slave. That's okay for that. But don't talk about real slaves.
Yeah. Minorities can't be their own skin tone. They can be any other color except their own complexion. That's when they're cool. Aliens are minorities. I get it.
Yeah, even though Guardians of the Galaxy was a good movie, but still,
Yeah.
Can Zoe Saldana be any color except her own in a movie? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, she's blue.
We can know something, man. Let's talk about
she's blue in Avatar. She's green in Guardians.
All right, let's talk about the show, man. Let's talk about the show.
For all four colors, for all the comic books.
Right. Now she's gonna be yellow. She's gonna be orange. Starfire, some shit. I don't know, whatever. Backlash or prequels almost killed Jar Jar Binks actor. Yeah. So like I said, it's a thing. Almost had him. Yeah. So all right. So spoil it. I don't care. Let it ride. Because honestly, I probably already heard what you're about to say anyway. So
okay. Yeah. The third episode. We finally got to see
you read
Vader.
Comics.
Vader, yeah. Vader made his triumphant return. It wasn't really triumphant, but he came back. We saw Vader again. Vader did some good. But I felt a little lackluster. That's just me. Maybe I'm an old Star Wars fan that wants to see cool shit.
But let's compare this to the most recent time they fought, or the close time they fought, when it was in episode 4, where they just clang,
Yeah, where they're
clang.
old men. Well,
Right.
they didn't really do that. I mean, Obi-Wan pretty much ran away the whole time. I mean, that's basically what it was. I mean,
Mhm.
and that's okay, let me get rid of that first. There's a few things I got to address.
Mhm.
Yeah, the duel was a little, they didn't really duel. It was basically a chase scene. Obi-Wan was trying to escape. Vader and the Inquisitors and Stormtroopers were after him. They did face off. They did have a confrontation. They did speak to each other. And Obi-Wan thought Anakin was dead, which is also canon in the novels. I mean, no one knew. Everyone assumed Anakin Skywalker died. No one knew that Vader was Anakin for a long time. That was like actually in some of
Which
the
makes sense,
novels.
because when Obi-Wan was leaving, in episode 3, he thought, Anakin was dead. That's why he just left him there.
He did. Everyone thought Anakin was dead. And when Vader started popping up, they thought, oh, he's Palpatine's new apprentice because Dooku was dead. It's his new apprentice. Yeah, it was a little lackluster as far as that. But even if they did have a duel and it was all extravagant like it wasn't in Revenge of the Sith, we already know the outcome. This is my problem with ripping the shit out of the Skywalker saga. We know what happens. We know Obi-Wan's not going to die. We know Leia is not going to die. You know what I mean? Because these are prequels. We know what the outcome is.
It's a fixed timeline.
Yes.
It's like in Doctor Who. Right?
Obi-Wan is not going to die. Vader's not going to die. So it lacks tension. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's, it looks cool, but there's no substance to it for me. I'm just like sitting there going, yeah. And that was the big selling point for the show. Ooh, Vader's coming back. And I'm just like, okay, why? If he kills Jedi, that's cool. But,
right.
him
he can't
fighting
kill Obi-Wan.
He can't fight Obi-Wan again. And if they do, we know it's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it lacks suspense. It lacks tension. And that was my biggest takeaway from this new episode. And that's why I said it was a little lackluster for me, because Obi-Wan just basically ran away the whole time. Yes, he did drag him through the fire, and Obi-Wan miraculously didn't get burned. Maybe he was using the Force. I don't know, but whatever. But yeah, there were some name drops. The biggest name drop for me was Quinlan Vos is still alive. Now, Quinlan Vos is a Jedi. Let me grab my image.
Because I don't know who Quinlan Vos is.
Yes, I will grab some images. Quinlan Vos is a Jedi. He actually appeared in episode 1 as a background character.
Was he? Was that the first time he was ever referenced, mentioned? Or?
Well, when they did the Clone Wars, they decided to base this character. No, he came out before the Clone Wars. So when they started doing comic books, they based him off of that guy in this background character in episode 1.
Okay, so he existed in episode 1, but didn't have any character, didn't have any name. He was just there.
He was just there in the background.
The books, and then Extended Universe fleshed him out.
Yeah, so they created this Jedi, named him Quinlan Vos. He's a tracker. He can touch objects, inanimate objects, and basically psychic abilities. He can pull memories from whoever touched it last, and he's like a badass Jedi who's kind of like Anakin. He doesn't follow the rules. He's very reckless. He's kind of just rushes into battle. And he's appeared on the Clone Wars, with Obi. There was an episode with Obi-Wan where they're actually, they fight Cad Bane. They face off against Cad Bane in that episode. And throughout the years, he's appeared in comic books. Again, like you said, he's been on the Clone Wars show, and he's kind of became a fan favorite for like hardcore, Star Wars fans. Now, in the Native American community, natives have kind of claimed him, because he's kind of sort of native indigenous adjacent. And I've had this discussion on with other native nerds. Is Quinlan Vos native? And people natives are they kind of claim him like Chipotle or whatever that guy was on Star Trek.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to make sure y'all not doing what we do. Like Panther on Thundercats, we just claim him. I'm trying to make sure y'all not doing it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think it's a lot of it is wishful thinking. That natives are just want to feel represented, and I guess when you even Google Native American Jedi, he pops up. I guess the reason why they claim him so much because he is a tracker.
Right. I mean, 'cause that's kind of like the trope you see in movies. So, yeah.
That's the stereotype for Native. We're always tracking. We're always, we can smell really good. Like Billy from Predator. He's or Spirit from G.I. Joe. That was he was the tracker. So yeah, they name drop him in this new episode. Now apparently he's still alive. He's still going around the galaxy finding force sensitive children and getting them to safety. That's what they named them on the show. And let's see, can I skip through some of these? Let's see. So yeah, here's another image of him from the comic books. He looked again. He kind of looks like he's
looks
native.
like a badass right there. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got the the war paint on. He can he's got like these tattoos, these like tribal tattoos. Can kind of pass for native or maybe even Arabic. So I always wondered, is he native? And natives kind of say, yeah. They, like I said, they claim him. This is a comic. I actually read this comic back in the day. He's Ayla Secura's master. So Ayla Secura is the hot Twi'lek Jedi, blue Jedi chick from. She was in the movies.
Yeah, I can't remember which one. She got shot. She got shot in episode 3.
Yeah, she gets shot in the Order 66. But yeah, she was his Padawan, and he was her master. There's this. I actually have his figure. So there he is in episode 1. He's just kind of chilling out on Tatooine in one of the background scenes. And I actually have this figure. I could not find him. I'm hoping he didn't get flooded. My basement flooded some years ago, and a bunch of my shit got fucking, ruined. But yeah, I actually own this figure. So yeah, and of course, fans. This is fan casting. They're like, oh, if they ever, make a, live action version of him, Jason Momoa should play him. That's just
the thing is, like I said, he came out in the 90s. So if you were getting Jason Momoa from the 90s when he was like in his Baywatch Hawaii era, I can see it.
Yeah.
Now, no. You can get another guy.
Yeah. But I guess here's the thing. O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son.
Hold up. I got you. Hold up. I told you I was gonna do it. I told you I was gonna do it. Let me see. Where are we? Right here. Boom. Okay. For people who don't know, okay, so we got O'Shea Jackson. Now, for those who don't know, the uninitiated, there are 2 O'Shea Jacksons in this picture. That's Ice Cube's real name, O'Shea Jackson. So on the left is O'Shea Jackson Jr. or the right, whichever one you want to go. So that's the son who played him in Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, that's Ice Cube's son. Now, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, is on the IMDb page for Obi-Wan. He is supposed to be in the show, but it doesn't say who he's playing. So people are starting to theorize, is he going to be Quinlan Voss? Yeah.
Here's the thing, Eli. Before you broke this down to me, I would have been like, okay, light skin Ice Cube Jr. Okay, cool, put him in there. But since you broke it down to me like that, maybe you shouldn't do that. Especially if they slap like a Jason Momoa wig on him. Like, no, man, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh shit.
So I don't know.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I have 2 theories. One of it, of course, because like here, this is how he looks. Like I said, he's definitely some sort of brown-skinned guy. Could he be? I mean, on the show, on the cartoon, he's voiced by a Mexican guy, Al Rodrigo, I think his name is. And I couldn't find the actor who portrayed him in Phantom Menace because he's just a background character. I don't even know.
He probably was a stunt guy or something like that.
Yeah, he's uncredited. But yeah, I mean, the part of me, the native side is me. Oh yeah, this is us losing representation again. Another side of me is
I feel bad because we taking it from you.
Well, no, this is my thing. Another side of me is like, what the fuck? It's like, you ever see Ghost Dog when they're like Indians, black folks, same thing. Like, you know, that even
Right.
makes me kind of mad. Like, oh,
BIPOC. It's as
yeah,
long as he's
oh,
BIPOC.
yeah, as long as he ain't white, it's cool.
Right.
You know, and just like let's overlook like true diversity. And it's just he ain't white, just throw a black guy. You know, so that kind of irks me more than than a native role. You know,
because here's what's gonna happen, Eli. I'm about to piss you off a little bit more either. Also, okay, so let's say Ice Cube Jr. is in this show, and we see him as a Jedi. We're gonna claim him. We got him. He's done.
Yeah.
He's ours. Like Nick Fury, he ain't going back white. He's ours.
Yeah. And here's my other kicker, which will piss me off even more. Vader is in this show.
Mm-hmm.
Vader and the Inquisitors are hunting down and killing Jedi. If they bring back Quinlan Vos just for him to die,
oh fuck! Oh hell! Oh damn! That's damn. Why you doing it to yourself?
Y'all can have him.
Why you doing it to yourself?
But I'm just saying, like, come on, you're gonna bring back a fan favorite character.
Eli, if they did that and made him a black guy and then kill him off, then we gonna get pissed off, and you're just gonna be like,
yeah, y'all can have him. Yep.
Dodge that bullet. So one of us is going to be pissed off in the next few weeks. I don't know who. If whoever's watching this show, one of us will rant. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's my thing. Who knows? This could be bullshit. You know, there are fan theories. Like I said, theories are going around that what's his name? Kumail Nanjiani. Is that how you say his name? Because he's on the show too. He's on the show. People are theorizing that he is secretly Quinlan Vos, but I call bullshit because Obi-Wan and Quinlan Vos work together. So, you know, and they have actually like that guy that Kumail has interacted with Obi-Wan on the show, and they didn't like, hey, you're Quinlan Vos. No, that didn't happen. So I don't think it's him. You know. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just bringing that up just to it's a touchy situation, but you know, oh well. Yes, he like 616 Men said he's racially ambiguous, so he's never been officially confirmed if he's native or not, or an indigenous person. But if you put an
actor to him, that's it. You know,
yeah, that he's this racially ambiguous character. We haven't confirmed if he's indigenous or not. You know, if he's not, then natives are back to being fucking Ewoks. You know. Or Boba Fett. Yeah, we can claim Boba Fett. Natives have claimed Boba
I mean, honestly, I think he went out of his way. That Boba Fett show went out of his way to put like native representation in the show. So
So yeah, that I just wanted to get that out there. You know, who knows? I could be bitching into the wind, and this could all not any of it. You know, Quinlan Vos could not even show up at all. So. So we're only 3 episodes in. But
I feel like all your worst fears will be confirmed, Eli. Or mine. I don't know. One of us is gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the next part. Okay, we're still on you, Eli. Still you. Okay, because I know because I know you want to talk about this Prey. Now, here's the thing.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to pull up the trailer because I'm not even sure if it's out yet. And every time
I don't know if it was leaked.
They were snatching them down. They were snatching them down. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, Prey. They leaked a leaked trailer, full trailer of Prey leaked over the weekend, which is the new Predator movie. The new Predator movie is called Prey. It takes place 300 years ago, where the Predator has to fight a native woman. Against the Comanche tribe. She's from the Comanche tribe, and I guess she faces off with the Predator.
Now, did you know this information last week, or are you just getting this now?
No, I've read the synopsis for the movie for a while now, so I've known this. It is non-natives writing it, non-natives directing it. We do have actual Native American actors in the movie. I am cautiously, optimistic. I just want to see a cool Predator movie. You know, I'm not expecting the best representation because it is being made by non-natives. So that part of me, I'm just leaving my brain at the door as far as accurate representation. I just want to see a cool Predator movie. And I'm for the native actors who finally got a fucking job, Right. So So yeah, support the native actors who are getting some work, and I just wanted to see a cool flick. It did show some more. It doesn't look that bad. I'm kind of getting excited for it, because I'm leaving my brain. If I start to think about all the problematic things that are going on, then yes, I'm gonna be like, fuck that. But since I'm like suspending belief, it doesn't look that bad. But one thing I will say, if the predators teach the natives how to hunt, hey, this is called a bow and arrow, or if they teach them some shit, this is called scalping or something. If that shit happens, like, fuck this movie's whole life. I don't want natives learning any of their knowledge from aliens, because I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of that ancient alien shit where, native, just because indigenous people all over the world knew the world was circle.
Yeah, or in Egypt, aliens taught them how to build pyramids and stuff.
Yeah, the Mayans are from Mars, because they built pyramids.
No way, non-Europeans are smart enough to do this on their own. It's got to be aliens.
Yeah, just because natives knew the world was round 1,000 years before Europeans doesn't mean they came from space. Right. And I'm sick of that shit. So, what do you say? I remember a Predator fan film that did similar concept with Predators. Yeah, and in the Dark Horse comics, there's a native soldier named Enoch Nakai. He's really cool. He fought against the Predator, and he was a recurring character throughout the Dark Horse comics series. I was really because Marvel is now they have the rights to the Predator comics, and I was hoping they bring him back because he's kind of a cool character. Of course, we have Billy the Indian from the Predator, the first Predator movie. So natives fighting against predators isn't far-fetched, but I hear
Billy
people
always struck me as like he knew what the Predator was. I don't know, it felt weird in that movie.
Yeah,
nobody else knew what was going on except him.
Yeah, he could smell it or whatever. He knew he could sense because he's native and he's the tracker, and and Dark Horse Predator comics were great. And yeah, like I see people bitching, oh, this little girl is gonna take on a predator. When Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these big guys with their big muscles and big guns couldn't destroy a predator. I was like, Arnold Schwarzenegger took out a predator by carving out bows and arrows and spears and booby traps from the bushes. That's how he beat the predator. It wasn't the big muscles or the guns. It was his brains. He outthought. He strategery beat the predator. That's the point. Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? Billy the Indian Predator. Yeah, Billy Bear. He played Billy Bear in 48 Hours, too, that guy. I think he's Billy the Indian in every movie he's in.
But I think he died pretty quickly, like the first scene in 48 Hours.
In 48 Hours? No, he goes to the end. Billy Bear?
Oh, he was? Okay. Yeah, must be somebody else.
Yeah, Nick Nolte shoots him, but at the end, but yeah. But yeah, I saw the trailer. It doesn't look that bad. I'm like cautiously optimistic. And yeah, like I said, I just want to see a cool Predator movie because most of them suck. So yeah.
Cool. All right. I think we got it up one. Okay, we can move on to the next one. Okay, now it's back on me. I'm ready. I've been waiting to talk about this all week. Okay, so this is the video game section. Normally, the video game section sucks, and I have nothing to talk about. And I have to kind of just make up shit on the fly. But I'm excited to talk about this one. So, Eli, don't get up and take a piss break like you normally do during the video game section. Or just stick around. You might.
Well,
you
this
probably
is the game I play. I'll hear you out.
Okay. Like I said, okay. So like I said, the State of Play came out this weekend. And Sony had their big thing they had going on, and one of the big things they announced was Street Fighter 6. Now, Street Fighter 6 was announced a few months ago, but we didn't get any details about it. We just saw Ryu just sitting there with oiled up pecs and stuff like that, and we didn't. Yeah, it was a cutscene, but now they gave us information. They gave us what the game is about. The game is going to have different modes on it. It might even have it's going to even have like an open world mode on it. You can make a character. You can go around worlds and finding other characters, build your character, create them, and fight other characters. I think it might even have like a single player mode where you got to protect the city. I think that it's kind of vague on what you can do. Some new characters back in there. Trying to see if I can show you. Ryu and Chun-Li are back. Let's see. There you go. That's Chun-Li. She looking, look different. That's the thing about this game. I think what they're saying is that this is the latest game, because like Street Fighter kind of like jumps in between. I didn't mean to put. I clicked the wrong thing. I meant to click this. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing. So that's what it looks like. They're using the Resident Evil engine, so it's pretty much gonna look like the Resident Evil's characters. Game mechanics. Every game mechanic in the old games are gonna be in this one. You're gonna be able to pair. You're gonna be able to focus tag. Gonna be able to focus tag dash cancel. All the stuff. It's in there. That's the hardcore stuff. But here's the thing. For those that don't know what frame data and frame traps and cross-ups and OTG and all this stuff like that, they have an easy mode with the buttons on there. So Eli, on this one, you can throw a fireball with one button. Triangle.
Oh, that's nice.
Press triangle, fireball. Press back triangle, hurricane kick. Forward triangle, dragon punch.
Yeah, you were able to do that shit on Tekken. Like some of those combos, you were able to do that shit. Yeah.
So it's like that on this also. Now they still got the stuff for me. If I want to go back to the old school, like I said, I play on a fight stick. I carry this with me every time. That's what I get down on. So if I want to do my stuff on that, I can still do that while everybody else can. I want to press one button. Hadouken. And that way you understand, when you get to that level, throwing that shit all the time don't work. But we'll get to that level when we get there. So basically, you're having fun until you get online and you fight somebody like me. That's all. So
which I never do. See,
right. Then you're gonna find me and choke me and shit like that.
It's like, fuck that shit. Yeah. I ain't got the time for that shit. Yeah, I'm up with one button.
Right. Okay. I have 5 hours to learn this one character.
Yeah.
And 40 more to go.
Yeah, you could sit your ass on the whole fucking side of the one screen and do that one move that I can't block the whole time and kill me in 3 shots.
Right.
You assholes.
So they're bringing the fun back to it, but at the same time they're bringing the street fighting back into Street Fighter, because you're in a street fighting. So that's pretty cool. It's an interesting concept. But they haven't released all the characters yet, but there have been some leaks coming on. This is the most interesting thing I found out so far. One of the leaks of the characters, notice you see Chun-Li, you see Ryu. Where's Ken? Well, here's Ken. Ken looks a little bit different on this game.
Is that Jared Leto?
Looks like him, kind of. Ken has been through some things. He doesn't look as, he's not as, youthful or virile as he used to be. He looks like a schlub. And there's a reason for that. The reason I'm hearing, it's all leaks. We don't know for sure. But apparently Ken has been street fighting for so long that he has been taking care of home. So his wife divorced him and took the kids. Okay. So he's like went through a depression. And so now that's why he looks all old and schlubby shit like that, because he's going through depression because he can't be with his kids. So now if you beat him in the game, like some of the win quotes would be like, "Oh, you old, you washed up, you need to retire," stuff like that. Things like that. On top of that, they're saying like fighting game wise, he won't have how he has the flames on his dragon punches and then his flames on all his moves. Mm-hmm. He won't have that in this game, because he doesn't have the fire inside of him anymore. Oh. I think that's fucking depressing, man. But they're saying that's
he got beer or something.
Yeah, just throw a beer bottle at you, some shit. Yeah. They might do that. I don't know. No Geo War. I mean, they already got enough God of War on there. They pretty much told everything's going to happen. Honestly, I don't need them to tell me anything else about God of War. I'm sold. I'm sold on that. We might get Violent Ken back. No, we're gonna get Depressed Ken back. That's what we're gonna get.
Now, are we gonna get like was it Street Fighter 5, the last game? Mm-hmm. You had to like earn all the character. Like, I didn't unlock all the characters.
They haven't announced that, but Street Fighter 4 did it too. We got to unlock all the characters, stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure this is like every fighting game ever made nowadays. The way they're being made now, it's all DLC. So you either unlock them or you pay for them. You're not going to get all the characters. That's just how it is. So everybody complaining, I'm going to wait till ultra, medium, extra large, Street Fighter 5, XL. Yeah, wait on that. That's cool, because there will be more characters coming. Yeah. But I just want to talk about Ken, because I was like, well, that's fucked up what they're doing to Ken. But at the same time, kind of interesting, Hopefully they bring back some of the older characters or like that. And they made a list of some other people also, but I'm not going to show that list, because they, just like they snatching down their Prey shit, they snatching down Street Fighter leak photos also.
Blanca.
So new controls and redesign. Yeah, like I said, you can throw a fireball with triangle. You don't have to learn quarter circle motion, so it's simple for everybody. It's a 4-button layout now. You got light attack, medium attack, hard attack, special attack. That's it. So it's easier for people to just jump in and just have fun to play it. You know. Let me see. I think it was something else. Oh yeah, like I said, with all this stuff going on with Ken, he should have listened to Gal. Go home, be a family man. Didn't listen. So yeah. All right. So I think we passed it. What do we got here? Oh yeah, that was the last thing. Okay. Also, state of play. Spider-Man is coming to PC. Now, why should I be excited for a game that came out in 2018 that I've beaten 5 times? It's coming on PC because I just am. I'm gonna buy it again. Is it gonna be full price? Oh, I don't care. Buying it again. And they say Miles Morales will come like I think 2 months after that version. So yeah, because I only beat Miles Morales once. That's not enough.
I haven't even played Miles Morales yet.
Oh, it's better than the other one.
Is it? Well,
Yeah,
the first, the other one took me like 6 months to beat because I just, like I said, I don't.
Well,
have
the
that
Miles
much
Morales
time.
one is shorter. It's like basically like DLC. It's like a shorter thing, but he's more fun to play as Peter because Peter is too refined, too professional. You know, his moves like Miles are like wilder. You know, plus he can go invisible. He got like that stinging venom punch like that. So he's more fun to play as a character. I thought he was. You know, even though his story was overall shorter. PC the Master Race. Yes, we are the Master Race 616. All right, that's all I got for that. We can move on past that. Now we actually talk about the next part of comic books. Like I said, this is Comic Book Bullies. We talk about the comic books. And Eli, I'm gonna let you jump in first and see what you got. And yes, I did find my password, so I am gonna review that shitty book I didn't want to review. So yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, I guess the first book I'll do is Ghost Rider #3.
Okay.
This new Benjamin Percy book run going on right now. I like that cover. I think it's pretty cool.
Pretty awesome. Look like what remind me of that what's the Stephen King movie?
Yeah,
Maximum Overdrive. That's what it was. With Green Goblin on the hood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So in this run, Johnny Blaze woke up in a small town. He's got a wife and kids, living the peaceful life, but he quickly realized that it was some sort of spell he was under. The demons from hell have been escaping and, are after him and, created this sort of, this trance that he was in. And of course he broke out of it and he's been fighting the demons. In this issue, he's kind of this is kind of a lull issue for me. He's just kind of hitchhiking, across the country. He's on this like haunted stretch of highway or something called the Red Road or something because of all the roadkill and murders. And he ends up like hitchhiking and he ends up getting gets picked up by a serial killer. We don't really know about it. And then they happen upon a car wreck where a semi like collided with a family car and killed everybody. And then Johnny Blaze ends up, there's like a demon ghost rider or a ghost trucker, and Johnny Blaze ends up jumping in the semi, the wrecked semi, and turns that into like a ghost trucker. And then they're like playing chicken with each other, the two trucks, but then we don't get to see what happens. And then there's a subplot where the FBI has hired this like goth chick with like weird powers, and they're hunting Johnny Blaze, and that's kind of going on. So it was a little bit, not much happened. Like there was all this shit going on, but not much happened, and nothing really paid off or anything. I don't know if he's setting up for another, for more issues, but this kind of like, it was like really wordy, and he was just like in deep thought the whole time. And I just wasn't feeling it. I'm just going to give it a 3 out of 5, because I've been digging it so far. This one just kind of felt little low, you know what I mean? So yeah, 3 out of 5.
Okay. Not excited as well, but you still recommend the Ghost Rider run before this one, right?
Yeah, I mean it was cool. Like until like I said, it's just like all this shit was going on, but nothing really paid off. Like you don't really know who this serial killer was or what he did. He's some weirdo, and then that doesn't go anywhere. And then he jumps into this truck, and it gets all flames. He's like rolling down the highway towards the other truck, and they don't even really get to see that outcome. What happens then? And then you're cutting back and forth between the FBI and the goth FBI agent. Get a little bit of her backstory. So it's just sort of a bunch of this is a big exposition dump that we're like not much happened. You know what I mean? Especially after that cool cover, like, oh, cool,
Right.
demon truck, and then you don't really get to see what happened. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. All right. So I think we're gonna do this. I'm gonna review 2 books in this part right here, but it's gonna be real quick. It's gonna be 2 Black Panther books. Trying to see if I can find that one. Let me find it. Let's see. Did I click that one? Now the book we're going to do, and my bad, Eli. When I sent you that book, that was an old book. I just haven't read it, so I thought it was new.
It was
but
new
yeah,
to you.
It was new to me. I didn't read it, but I was reading. I was like, wait, didn't this shit already happen? But anyway, reviewing Black Panther number 6. But before we review Black Panther number 6, we're also going to review an Avengers book that also starred Black Panther. And I'm going to see if I can get to that one real quick. The name of that book was basically Avengers Forever number 6, which I have not been reading. I do not know what's going on. I think it has something to do with the multiverse or something, like a multiverse Avengers. I'm gonna just briefly talk about this book. All you need to know about this book is that it sucked. That's the thing about it. Yeah, it's exactly what you think about it. It's T'Challa if he was Iron Man, but they set him up like Superman, and he's got to fight Killmonger who's going through the multiverse, killing T'Challa's. It's a really stupid story. I'm pretty sure he will show up later on.
That's the new one. I saw that.
Yeah,
I thought about getting that, but I didn't.
I bought it so you didn't have to. So yeah, anybody read it, don't read it. But I'm pretty sure that guy will show. Matter of fact, I think he dies at the end of this book and becomes somebody else, and he turns into a god or something. I don't know whatever. But anyway, the Iron Black Panther thing is done. Multiverse is saying yeah, and that's pretty much what the Avengers Forever book is, just a bunch of multiverse bullshit. So but it's gonna come into fruition in Jason Aaron's regular Avengers run. So if you see Iron Black Panther, there you go. Meanwhile, let's talk about Black Panther number 6. Let's just jump into it. That's a book I really want to talk about. And people are up and down about this book also. So I think we need to address some controversies that happen. So yeah. For those last off, basically the whole book is T'Challa versus Wakanda. The war dogs have been sent after him to take him out. So that's what's going on with him right now. So they're like, kill T'Challa, and he does what he does. He has no Black Panther suit because he had to turn the Black Panther suit into the government. So he's just him. He's just out there, but still whooping ass because he's T'Challa. Beating that ass. He was like, you going to send like 6 dudes after me? You think that's it? You're like, we didn't send 6 dudes after you. We're the distraction. Them guys you need to worry about. And it's like a whole army, like fucking Braveheart of war dogs coming after him. And he's just like, oh shit. He actually says, oh shit. Some people say that T'Challa's kind of written out of character in these books, but I don't care. Yeah. So he's like, I'm not even gonna fight these guys. I know I'm T'Challa. I know I'm a bad motherfucker, but I'm not that bad. So he takes off running. He just runs. They chase after him. Why they don't shoot him, I don't know. Oh, they do shoot him. Yeah, you got shot right there. But then he hides in a tree, try to get him off of him, and then he grabs one of them, takes his gun, unhooks him, knocks him down, just kind of get the other guys off of him, and he takes off running, and he takes off running again. Why they don't chase him, I don't know. And then they're like, where's T'Challa? Oh, he took off running. They were like, well, go get him. Shit. And he was like, and get him by any means necessary. They said. So basically, the head of the war dog, Akili, or what his name is, Akil, something like that, he's in charge of. He was like, look, I know how T'Challa thinks. Everything he does, I'm already a step ahead of him. So no matter what he does, I got him. And plus, he didn't even have his Black Panther suit. So he didn't even have the normal advantage he would normally have. Moving on past that, we got Shuri and Omalala. I'm maybe screwing her name up. But anyway, they're tracking T'Challa. They helped T'Challa escape from the Wakandan cell anyway. But the thing is, they shut off all communication, so she don't know how to get in contact with T'Challa. She like, that's okay. I can't get in contact with people in Wakanda, but I can contact people outside of Wakanda. So I'm gonna get somebody to go help him. And meanwhile, even though communication is out, I can still track him. Like, how can you track him? I put a tracker in him. Like, does he know? No. Well, how you put a tracker in the most paranoid man on the planet? He likes my cooking. So I slipped some in his food. So there you go. So that's what's going on with them. So they're calling him back up to help out the child, and they know where he's at right now. So he's still on the run from the war dogs, but the war dogs shaking him down, and he realized if they corner him, it's a wrap. And they're actually coming to kill him. He actually says, if you kill me, the gods will strike lightning down on you because you're not supposed to attack your king. He was like, you're not my, you know what? They don't say they're not my king, but they're just like, I don't believe anything you just saying. So when he says that, they get ready to put a shot at him. They're like, I don't believe that. And they get struck by lightning. By who? By Storm. Oh, here we go. By Storm, his ex-wife. She's there, you know. So she takes out the war dogs like they're nothing. They're nothing to her. So the whole army, they're out of there, you know. Blast them, and then she sees the child out there by herself. He tries to thank her, and she shocks the shit out of him. Why she shocked the shit out of him? Because she found out that he put a sleeper agent on Mars to live with her. So that mutant that was there, who's really Wakandan, was really working for the child the whole time, reporting back to him. So you're like, so you lied to me, your ex-wife, the whole time. And she just keeps shocking the shit out of him. Like, he don't even try to fight. He like calm down. But she realized she didn't know he was already hurt. She like, if he was already that hurt, I wouldn't hurt you like that. But still, I'm gonna hurt your ass some more anyway. And she's like, you better start talking. Tell me why you put a sleeper agent, in my kingdom. Otherwise, I'm gonna shock your ass some more. So we got some more political intrigue going on right there, and that is cool. Okay. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty important because they whole talking about that whole Krakoan Wakanda deal right now. They were like, this is why this is a sticky situation. If Storm is here and he's communicating with the mutants, and the mutants attack Wakanda, that's war because we already on bad blood with the mutants already anyway. You know, so that's the thing. So people want David Ridley fired just for John Ridley or David Ridley, whatever his name is. John Ridley. They want him fired. They want him gone. That's because this panel alone right here, because Storm says okie dokie. You've never heard Storm say okie dokie, but she's saying okie dokie right there. So like, he got to go. He got to get out of here. Anyway, she's cauterizing his wounds because, he got shot by the war dog. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of a corny line, but I mean,
but it's Storm. You don't see Storm saying okie dokie, but whatever. Any writer can do whatever they want to, and then another out of character thing is that she calling T'Challa a lying piece of shit, which she would never do that also, but she's doing it here because he is. That's what he's been doing the whole time. And she basically saying like, why did you put a sleeper agent in my kingdom? He was like, I had to do it. That's what I do. Besides, the way the mutants and the Wakandans are on bad terms, he would have did it anyway. And Storm is like, the reason the mutants and Wakanda is on bad terms is because of you. You destroyed the gate to Wakanda. You're the ones that banned mutants from Wakanda. You're like, yeah, I did, but shit, you stole from me. You broke into Wakanda and stole some shit from me. We're like, well, that's different. I had to save the multiverse. You just being a lying piece of shit. And plus, why'd you get rid of our marriage like it was nothing? He was like, man, you was on the side. So now we really get into it. Why did they get divorced? I mean, I don't think they ever really got into it why it happened. And basically just saying, look, since you was with the Avengers, since you was the X-Men, now with the Avengers, I realized we were on two different paths. You would go in a different direction than us. So I made it easier for you, to go walk your own path. And she basically like, bullshit. Everything T'Challa says right here sounds like bullshit. She like, no, this is bullshit. You just didn't want to be in a relationship yourself because you think being a king is more important than being a husband. She's like, well, yeah, I do. I'm the king of Wakanda first, husband second. I'm always with Wakanda over you. And the Storm just asked, like, did it anything? I mean, have you ever been compromised in your heart? You ever doing this lying shit that you always do and always pushing people away from? You're like, only once, and that was when my friend Jada. The whole reason this whole book is started because his best friend was assassinated, and he basically says it. And I may say by accident, like, that's the only person I ever cared for. And she's like, wait, what? Oh, my bad. I didn't mean just him. I mean you too. But yeah. So basically, he's saying like that. Basically, what he's saying in this book, he never really loved Storm like that. That's what he's saying. If he did, he wouldn't have done the shit he did. So. That's what's going on right now. But anyway, he's saying, so Shuri and Omalal is here, and they're basically like, okay, good, you're here. And T'Challa is like, appreciate you bringing back up. It's like, oh, Storm's not my backup. Storm is only here because of that bullshit you did. She was actually coming here on her own to come get you. You just happen to be in trouble. She's like, okay, well, who's your backup? Our backup is over here. And it is the Dora Milaje and Okoye. So for those who know, in the comics now, the Dora Milaje actually don't work for Wakanda at all, or the Black Panther, because Wakanda is a democracy, so they don't need them anymore. So they actually set up their own nation, I think, where M'Baku used to live. So they're just here as a favor. They're not here for king or honor or nationalism and shit like that. They're just here as a favor. So yeah, but that's going on right now. So yeah, I like it. It's cool. You know, it's not my favorite book of the week or anything like that. None of these Black Panther books are my favorite book of the week. It's just cool, but it's not trash or some shit I should put down. It's just cool. I want to like it more than what I did. I don't know.
Well,
Because
this one was definitely it was the break. I mean, I've been digging this book so far, but this one I felt like they took the break to explain a bunch of shit that I really didn't go give a shit about. I don't give a shit about their divorce.
Yeah, and plus they explained the thing a long time ago anyway. Multiverse of cosplay, yeah.
You know, and it's back to pissing people off. I remember when Storm and the Forge hooked.
That's back in the day. That's old school, yeah. And it was a thing. They was about to get married and everything.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't give a fuck about that either.
And they were like hot and heavy. That was before Black Panther. So yeah.
Oh yeah, she fucking went to the spirit world for him. That was like some Swamp Thing shit.
Right, like they love trans, you know.
Yeah, yeah. but yeah, I thought it's been cool. I just felt this was another lull for me. It was a lull, a lull week.
This is my thing about it. It's not a book I look forward to. Like, you know, when we review some good comics, I'm like, oh man, I'm ready for this book to come out. I'm ready for this book to come out. Yeah. This isn't one of those books I'm ready for to come out. It's just like it's there. I read it, you know, but I don't know. For Black Panther, I expect to do. Oh man, I gotta read this. I'm waiting for it. You know, it's okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Storm beat the shit out of Forge back in the 80s.
Well, yeah,
she shit out of everybody. That's Forge, what she does.
Man. And it's Forge. What the fuck can he do? With his crippled ass.
He built his own leg, man.
I just got canceled.
After the gay Whopper, man, we've been canceled a long time ago. So yeah. I know Gomer's gonna give us a phone call anyway. So yeah.
Hey, I like that Whopper. It was probably on there. Don't they have like food news on their show?
Yeah, food news. We got now Whopper 10% gayer. You know, some shit like that. They're probably gonna do that. So yeah. What you got next?
What do I have next? I think Alien. Am I doing wrapping up Alien?
Okay.
Yeah. So Alien number 12. This wraps up.
Don't get too deep into Alien because it's something I want to do, and I know you want to do it too.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I?
You do. I already know you want to do it.
Do I?
Okay. Yeah, you want to do it. Hold on. Okay, let me wait if I can find it. Yeah, okay. So, remove for a second. Okay. So you see the poster. I mean, the cover.
Yeah.
What does it remind you of?
It's the facehuggers. Oh, I didn't see that.
Really?
Yeah. No.
That's the first thing that jumped out at me.
You know what? There's a variant. Okay. See, this is, you know what I wanted to do? What is that? X-Men. There's a variant cover where that was a shout out to that old
the Beatles.
No, the X-Men cover where Wolverine is all brooded out and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where he's like Neil, you know, what number? What 2 something? What was it? It's like one of the coolest covers. I'm trying to find it so I can share it. 234. Here, I'll pull it up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, X-Men 234. It's one of the coolest images I've ever. I've always loved this image of Wolverine, where he's all infected with the Brood. This one.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that cover. Yeah, yeah.
But there was an Alien. There was a variant cover. If I wonder if I can find it. Number 12, right? Variant. Where was it? No, it's not that one. It's like the Brood. Let me try to find Brood. Sorry, I can't find it now. But it looks like it's an alien in that same position, and it's like it's a reference to that cover of Wolverine. Anyways, I can't find it right now, and I don't even know if
a cover reference to Wolverine cover, not Wolverine reference.
Yeah. It was like an alien in that position, like kneeling down like Wolverine in the same color scheme. A total reference to that X-Men 234, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's what I thought.
That's what, like I said, with this picture, it reminded me of like
Queen. I see that now. I do see that now. So, but yeah, so this is Alien number 12 for Marvel. Marvel took over the Alien comics from Dark Horse, and
Alien Queen is a Disney princess.
So. Yeah. They haven't that bad. I was a little weary. I was wondering if they're going to push the gore, and they seem to be, delivering the goods so far. So this particular story arc is about a religious cult or a religious group that is living on this like forest planet, and that gets infected with aliens. A ship lands full of aliens, and they start running rampant, killing and infesting the place. And she's a female pastor, and she's leading, like literally leading her flock to safety. And throughout the series, she's they're crossing the planet into this other village of religious, another sect, another part of the group is in this other village, and they make it there. They reach their last issue, but it turns out the pastor of that village was a synthetic, an android like Bishop, and it's been this whole planet has been set up by the government to to lure people there, to lure religious nuts there, so they can colonize. So basically, colonize it with aliens. And in this one, the whole series. What I like about this, there's a religious sort of theology commentary going on, testing people's faith, the meaning of life, and all that stuff is going on. And this female pastor, she's like got cancer or a terminal disease, so she's always questioning life and why things happen and all that stuff. Why people pray, that prayers are useless, and why do people do it and all that stuff. But in the end, she figured out it's a hope. It's wishful thinking. That alone, that hope can give you strength to carry on, which I found very interesting. But basically what happens is, the government, Weyland-Yutani shows up, and they're basically there to, collect the alien specimens. And they're like, why are these people still alive? They should have been harvested. And they're talking to the synthetic, it was his job to, infect the humans. But but it turns out the female pastor, she let loose all the aliens on the soldiers that showed up, and then they end up taking their ship and escaping. So that's pretty much what happens. So this wraps up the story arc. I really dug on this one. Like I said, all the religious commentary, the theology, all the the philosophical undertones. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, this is a 4 out of 5, and I'm still on this Alien book. I didn't think I was a little skeptical at first about the Marvel run of Aliens, and
you was kind of bashing it at first, like on the first couple of issues. But
I just it's gory when it needs to be, and it's not neuter. I thought Disney was going to neuter this shit, and they really haven't. So I'm into it. They haven't lost me yet. So, and this is 12 issues. So I've been reading this for a year. So.
Hanging in there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So next book I'm going to do is supposed to be like one of these big summer blockbusters coming up. It's going to be Justice League Road to Dark Crisis #1. Like I said, the last issue we read, Justice League died. And we're supposed to be like super sad about it, and everybody's super sad about it. But I guess we could just talk about it, see what's going on. And that's the interesting thing about this book. Like, some people aren't even sad about it. It's like, They died again? Okay. So yeah, well, let's just get into it. I'm not gonna read the whole book, but I'm just give you like the main story that was in it right now. So basically going on, the book starts off with Nightwing. Like I said, this is after the Just League died. You know, Nightwing is fighting Brick. Brick is a Green Arrow villain, and yes, he was on CW Arrow. I think like season 4 or some shit like that. I can't remember. He's in Gotham because his Batman is dead. He feels like Gotham is not open for business for criminals. He's like, no, it's still a whole bunch of bad people here. Just because Batman isn't here doesn't mean everybody else is here. And he's like, you lucky you got me and not like Cassandra Cain or some of the other guys, you know. Before you get that, John just comes out and just smash him, just beats him with one hit, you know, just done. You know, you're like, well, what the hell were you? Why you did like 15 minutes ago? He's like, man, what are you doing, man? Don't you know Just League just died? You're like, and okay, yeah, Superman died. He was like, yeah, but Superman, he was like trying to tell him, yeah, Superman died before. This is not a new thing. And Johnson's like, yeah, that's what my mom told me. He was like, look, let me tell you the story about what happened. He was like, okay. So, like I said, Superman died years ago. Batman pretended like he didn't care because Batman was like really, really cold around that time when Superman died. But he was like, but he was really hurt. He just didn't want anybody to know he hurt. And then months later, Superman, like a year later, Superman came back anyway. And then years later, Batman died. And I became Batman. And Superman hated me being Batman because he was like, I wasn't allowed to fill his shoes. I shouldn't take up his mantle to be Batman, you know, all this shit. And guess what? He came back like a year later. So it's like, what the fuck ever? It's like the Justice League dies all the time. So why should I care about this one time dying right here? He's like, yeah, but see, that's the thing. All the other superheroes are holding a vigil right now. They need somebody to speak to them for the fallen. And they want you to speak. And he's been like, hell no. I am not going to speak for the Justice League. Why? Because they're going to be back next week anyway. We did all this for nothing. He's like, well, what if they don't come back? I mean, have you had a situation where people don't come back? And then Dick starts thinking like, yeah. He started thinking about his parents and about Alfred. He was like, oh shit. Yeah, they didn't come back. So he starts thinking about it, and he just like, and besides, what if like that army that Just League stopped? What if they still come? He was like, well, that's true too. So anyway, he convinces him to go to the vigil and start talking. Meanwhile, Kid Amazo shows up and wants to take over the world, some shit like that. And John's just like, you did this on purpose, didn't you? He was like, I had a feeling that guy was gonna show up, and I pretty figured you need to whoop somebody's ass to get your mind off stuff. He's like, okay, let's do it. And they suit up, and the book, this issue this arc ends with Superman, well, John and Nightwing running, but you got Superman and Batman like looking over them in support or whatever.
Who drew this?
Dan Jurgens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's very
90s.
Neil Adams-y almost, or even
Dan Jurgens' style is very Neil Adams-y. Yeah, it does feel like that. And I'm not going to review the rest of this book. Basically the same thing. Everybody's sad. Everybody's a team up. Oh, what am I going to do? People, stuff like that. Hal Jordan is in space. He didn't even know the Justice League is dead. He comes back and finds Aqualad. He's like, hey, right. He's like, I was busy doing something. He's like, they dead, right? He's like, wait, what? So he's all sad. He's like, oh shit. So I guess Hal Jordan is left, and then and the Legion of Doom, since the Justice League is dead, they're forming again. And that's book. Really, it's just a preview. It's just a prelude. It's not even like the real story. It's just a thing. The road, yeah. See, the next book is actually going to be Dark Crisis 1. This was just a thing. What is it? Dan Jurgens? Yeah, Dan Jurgens drew the original Death of Superman story, and wrote it also. So yeah, Marvel. It could be a cool idea for rated R comics. Yeah. They already did Marvel Max, but yeah, that's X-Men versus Brood. Like I said, they've done that.
Yeah,
but they do need to do that, and I think they're planning it, aren't they? Aliens versus somebody.
Sure. I mean, they could. We'll see.
No, but I thought it was in the works. I thought they were teasing something.
I know they're all these variant covers are coming out where aliens are fighting all the all these superheroes,
Iron Man,
characters,
and shit like that. Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be nice to see if can alien acid burn adamantium? It burns through anything else. Can it burn through adamant? Can it burn through vibranium? Who knows?
Right. But it's Marvel. They can make whatever rules they want. So yeah. Yeah. All right. So what you got next?
Well, the last book I'll do is Shadow War. Omega. Yes. Shadow War Omega. This is the last. This wraps up the series. Last issue in the story arc where Deathstroke. Somebody disguised as Deathstroke shot and killed Ra's al Ghul and then blew up his body so they can't even resurrect him in the Lazarus pit. Somebody
Assholes.
dressed up as Deathstroke. Deathstroke. That wasn't me. There was somebody using one of my old suits. Wasn't me. So meanwhile, Talia al Ghul in the League of Shadows or League of Assassins, sorry, fucking are after Deathstroke. Deathstroke's fighting all these ninjas, also trying to clear his name, and then of course Batman and the Bat family are running around mediating and investigating. And it was revealed last issue that the guy who was dressed up as Deathstroke, who shot Ra's al Ghul, was Geostorm or Geoforce.
Yeah.
Geo-
Geostorm was that shitty Gerard Butler movie, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he and we so this issue we basically get the reason why he does this. He gives his evil monologue revealing why he did it, because Deathstroke did something to him and Talia al Ghul did some shit, and now he's got beef with both of them. So he's like, what better way to like take out my enemies is by pitting them against each other. So that's why he decided to do that. So then there's a big fight. Everybody starts fighting. But what comes down to it is Damian and Geoforce face off against each other.
Okay.
And Damian's like, you asshole, you fucking killed my grandfather, blah, blah, blah. He's like, your grandfather's a piece of shit.
True, but yeah.
He's like, you claim to be a fight crime. He's like, your grandfather's, head of this criminal or biggest criminal organization on earth for thousands of years. The fuck you talking about, asshole? You should join me, and because I thought you fight crime, right? And then Damian's like, well, you know what? You ain't no hero because heroes don't kill. And then he beats the shit out of him. So that was kind of funny. Then of course, so they wrap it up. They put him away, and then they resurrect Slade Wilson again. He's because they killed him. They killed him last. Talia killed him last issue, so he was dead. But they resurrect him, and he's like, "We're gonna kill everyone. Who are we killing? Are we killing who are we going after? Slade? Are we calling this person, that person?" He's like, "No, we're killing everybody." And then it's like, next, the road to Dark Crisis.
Oh shit!
So I'm out. No. It was fun while it lasted. So yeah, it was a pretty cool way to wrap up. I was into this. I thought this was a fun story, and this is the last issue, and it stuck the landing pretty well. And I can dip out now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a heel face turn with you because Geoforce was supposed to be a good guy, but fuck it, whatever. Do what you want. Yeah.
Yeah. So 4 out of 5. This was fun. In the end, it was pretty fun.
Cool. All right. So last book I got is a book I don't really want to do, but I read it for free. So I guess I'll go ahead and knock it out. It was Hardware Season 1, number 6. This is the last issue of this Hardware run. So in my opinion, the Hardware books have been the worst milestone books. I have not liked this book at all. I barely pay attention to what's even going on in this book, but I guess I review it anyway because it was free on DC Universe. So yeah. So what even happened in this book? I can't even remember. I'm gonna just run through this. Fuck this book. Look, he got to fight not multiple man, but a dude named Reprise. He multiply himself, and he's attacking him. And he was sent to him by this evil organization by Alva, whatever. He fights him. He blasts him as him, but he's low on power. He's about to run out of power. But he realized something about that Reprise guy, that each clone he makes, that clone has a little bit less mass and a little bit shorter than the one before it. So if he can use his scanners to find the real one, he can just take out the main one and all these guys will go away. But the problem is, while he's looking, he's getting shit kicked out of him and his power is draining. So he's got to find this guy before his power completely drains. So he finds him. Kick the shit out of him. Oh, now I got to show you this because that panel was there before. Here's the thing. So for those who don't know who Hardware is, all you need to know about Hardware is that he's old school 90s. So old school 90s means he kills his bad guys. He does not have a no kill rule. He doesn't give a fuck. Just they die. That's it. So he kills shit out of them, chop them. He's got like a hook or some axe or some shit. And stabs that guy. He finds the real one, stabs him, and smashes his face in. And now he's completely out of power. So yeah, what's going on with that? Meanwhile, He finds the guy. He goes to the guy, the Alva Industries, shit like that. And it turns out the Alva, whatever his name is, he's the leader of the system. The system is like Milestone's Legion of Doom, where all the supervillains get together and do shit like that. So he shoots Hardware before he can get to him. But Hardware just throws his axe at his shoulder, just let him know he could have beaten him. He didn't kill him. He just wounded him. He made him bleed, and then he escapes. And quit calling me by my government name. My name is Hardware, And the police come, Hardware escapes, and that's it. So, meanwhile, the epilogue. Oh, and the Alva guy is getting investigated because they think he started the Big Bang, which he did. Everybody, he was blaming it on Hardware, but I realized the evidence has been revealed that he may have had something to do with it. Meanwhile, he goes and this kid they got hurt in like issue 3. He goes visit the kid to make sure the kid's okay, and the kid bragging about it, like, yeah, man, I was in a superhero fight, saw everything. He's like those popular kid at school. He was like, well, I'm gonna make sure that nothing like that ever happens again to another kid. And meanwhile, they see Icon flying over. And he just like, man, it ain't right for humans to be the only superhero. I mean, for non-humans to be no superheroes around here. And he's like, yeah, you right. And that's the book. So that is the end of that story. So yeah, I still didn't like this book. I don't know what it is. I'm glad they just gave it to me for free. So yeah. Did you drop in the ball? Milestone comments needed. But no. This honestly the only Milestone book I don't like. The other Icon, Static, well, I don't know how I feel about Blood Syndicate. We will find out next week how we feel about Blood Syndicate.
Is it coming out next week?
Yeah. I think that's gonna be make or break where I'm gonna make it break. Michael B. Jordan, he's like 40. He's gonna play Static, man.
I thought he was gonna be Superman.
Yeah, he's somebody. Michael B. Jordan is now that every black superhero he's playing all of. He used to be like Idris Elba and the guy to play Spawn. That guy, they just make him just cast him as everybody.
Michael Jai White. Yeah.
Michael Jai White. They just do Michael B. Jordan the same way. So yeah. And like I said, as soon as that Superman movie was announced, I said it that day. That movie will never see the light of day. It won't. It was just a distraction for some other bullshit DC was doing. Plus, DC announced movies all the time. And plus, the Snyder Cut. Yeah, that's all it was. Plus,
we never fucking talked about The Boys. Well, we only watched the first episode, anyways. But
man, I needed. I don't know how you feel, Eli, but for people that haven't watched The Boys, and we're just talking about it because we're done now. But yeah, that first episode took a lot out of me. I had to be like, you know what? I'm gonna come back to the show, but I gotta relax after that because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for it. That's all.
I was laughing. I was fucking rolling.
All I gotta say,
I know what scene you're talking about.
Yeah, I won't spoil anything, but all I can say is that it gives a whole new perspective to the whole Ant-Man versus Thanos thing. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't spoil it. I want to get flagged, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only watched the first episode. I started watching the second episode, but I was so busy I couldn't finish it. But
yeah, I didn't want to start it until I could sit down and watch it. That's all.
Yeah, but and the thing about The Boys is I always forget how good it is. Like it's always
they would
like
take a shot to the Snyder Cut. That's the thing.
Yeah, it takes shots at everything. It's just a satire of comic books and superheroes and Marvel and the MCU and DC, and it just takes shots at everything. And that's what I like about it. But like I said, I always forget how good it is. It's always just sort of comes on. Because I'm all busy watching all this Disney Plus, between Marvel and Star Wars shit and all the shit we're watching all the time, And then here comes The Boys from out of nowhere, and like,
I think that's what caught me off guard because it's been so long since we've seen The Boys, and we were watching all this Disney shit. So it kind of like, okay, I'll watch The Boys. And then that shit comes on like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it because I'm conditioned to think Disney shit,
Yeah. And it's like, it comes from the same thing last year. I was like, oh, season 2 with The Boys. I'll check it out. I like the first season. And then I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. And and then again, a year goes by, here it's back. And right away, 10 minutes in, I'm like laughing my fucking ass off.
But it's a good show, even though it goes for shock value. It is a good show. It's got great writing in it, great acting in it.
And it totally takes pot shots at comic books, superheroes. Disney, Marvel, the MCU, DC, Snyder
Cancel
cuts, and
culture,
cancer
celebrities,
culture. You know,
politicians, everything.
yeah, like the whole thing. I don't know how much you saw, but I think it was because I didn't watch the whole episode. But they go to Vought World or Vought Park or whatever. It's like a Disney World. So Vought Industries is basically Disney, and it's again, it's Pride Month. It's like, and they have
don't tell me. I don't think I made it that far. I don't think I made it that far.
Yeah, but they're like totally making fun of all like all the like how you say they try to monetize the movements. They totally touch on all that, and I thought I thought it was fucking funny. I thought it was brilliant. Again, to be woke, to be progressive, but also entertaining. You can do both.
It's ways to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so people are bitching about, oh, this is too woke. No, The Boys is woke as fuck. You just like it because it's got blood.
Right.
But it
blood,
don't.
titties, and balls, and whatever else. Yeah.
And everything. It's got everything.
It's got everything you think of is there.
There's something for everybody.
Whether you want it or not.
Yeah, there's something for everybody with The Boys. Still, yeah, I really dug the first episode, but yeah, I think we should catch up and take a deep
we'll
dive.
catch up. We'll review it next week because there was like 3 episodes. I like, we'll talk about it. But next week also Miss Marvel comes out, so we'll review both The Boys and Miss Marvel.
Yeah, we better do Miss Marvel first.
I don't know what we're gonna flip a coin. We're gonna flip a coin and see which one we go review first.
Like, yeah, Miss Marvel's so nice and cute, but The Boys.
Right.
And then The Boys is gonna. Yeah.
I don't know. They're gonna be like some shock to me, man. If I just watch like back to back and shit. Man. All right. So, all right, like I said, this long. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. For those who don't know, our Instagram page is up and running. Eli, we're getting hits.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'll visit our Instagram page.
And please, Eli, like, share, subscribe our Instagram page. Oh, man. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bully channel.